Hello, hello, lovely people. Welcome to another episode of the Devrel Show. It's been a while. It's been a month now, and I'm sorry for folks that were joining me every 2 weeks since I started the new job. Traveling is back on my day-to-day, on my journey as a developer advocate, which I was not doing that much at the previous company for reasons, which mean that now I'm on the road once in a while. And if you're a developer advocate, you know that when you're on the road, it's not just party and like mingling with people. There's a lot of things to do, which mean that I'm usually busy from like the beginning of the day to the end of the day, which makes it a little bit harder to do the Devrel show when I'm on conferences. So I'm still trying to do it about every 2 weeks, but once in a while I need to skip them. With that said, though, I had one plan 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately my guest was not available anymore, which happened. It's life. That happens to me. But do not worry, folks. I'm continuing to do the Devrel show. Actually, I have so many guests in the wait list that now I'm entirely fully booked until the end of 2028 in terms of like having guests. So if you want to be on a show, please let me know because I had you at the end of the list. And once your time, that give you an opportunity to be on the show before. And who knows, like I may have cancellation, people that don't have interest anymore to come on the show, people that cannot come on the show anymore for whatever reasons. Maybe they're gonna change job, whatever, meaning that like there is plenty of opportunity to do the Devrel show with me. So again, super excited to be here. This is the before last show before the end of the year because I just told you travel, so I'm not going to be able to do a show in 2 weeks. I'm going to be in the lovely Australia, which is going to be nice because I live in Canada. Winter started now, which means that there is snow. It is cold. I have power outage once in a while. Now I'm going to be in the like really hot and sunny and shiny Sydney for about a week and a half for conference and meetup. But during that time, not going to be able to do a Devrel show. But do not worry. Again, I have one last episode scheduled for the end of the year in about a month. And after that, you know what? It's going to be the holiday. It's going to be Christmas. Probably Mariah Carey is unfreezing right now, and she's like going to start to her or holiday song coming into radio really, really soon. But on that note, I'm blabbering for 3 minutes. This is the Devrel Show with Brad, but it's always the Devrel Show with a guest. The show is all about the guest. And I have Ondřej with me today. How is life, Ondřej?
Hey, thanks for having me. It's going good. It's going good. But the weather is similar as you have in Montreal. Not any snow yet, but yeah, we are getting closer and closer.
Yeah, I mean, like I've always lived in Winterland in Canada. I'm used to it, which doesn't mean that I like it. I mean, don't get me wrong, snow is beautiful. When we have full snow and the snow were over, like the tree was like, that's beautiful. But it also means that I'm freezing my ass. It also means that I need to shovel it. It also means that like the streets, like it's more dangerous to drive. And good thing though, where I live in Quebec, it's one of the province, and Montreal, the big city, is one of the cities that is the most well equipped for snow in the world, which means that like life does not stop when it's getting cold and when we have snow. Still, I prefer weather that is a little bit more warm, but it's life. I live here. I'm used to it. On that note, for people that do not know you, tell us, who are you?
All right. So my name is Ondřej. You can call me Andreas, Ondřej, whatever transformation of the name suits your tongue or lung. So I'm the developer advocate at CKEditor for quite some time already. Before that, I was doing developer relations with other companies. I was mainly the technical ones. So I was handling the GitHub, the open source communities, the open source repositories. So yeah, that's me in the nutshell. Other than work, yeah, I like food. I like cooking. I like eating the food more. I like beer. I like tasting it. I like to brew it. I like to try, honestly, not brew it well so far. And yeah, technologically, I started as a .NET developer. Then I slowly went through the hype of the TypeScript and JavaScript, and now I'm basically still writing it.
That sounds great. So, funny enough for people that are watching the show right now, Ondřej is on my team. So I run the developer relations team at Tiugo, and Tiugo has a couple of brands and product, and CKEditor is one of the brands. So I know Ondřej, but we started at Tiugo about at the same time. Like Ondřej started just a little bit before me. So they hire a developer advocate and after someone to like run the team, and I started just a little bit after. But we never had the chance yet to meet in person because we started and we jumped right away and like everything we had to do. But good news though, I'm really happy because I say we're doing a live stream right now. Obviously, we work together, we chat often on Slack, we have meetings, video meetings. But as I said, we've never met in person. And this weekend, like both brands we represent at Tiugo going to the same events, JS Nation in New York. Actually, it's not in New York, just outside of New York, in Jersey. But we both could be there, so we're going to have finally a face-to-face, be able to meet in person. So really excited to do that because I've been working remotely for about 14 years, and I'm good with that. But meeting people in person, it really changed the relation you have with your coworker after you've been able to do that. So super excited to be able to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Like for me, it's super. I'm super happy that we'll meet because honestly, I started and I went to Poland, which is the most, let's say, most inhabited country of the employees of CKEditor. So I met like 80% of the team already, and I mean the developers, UX, sales, everybody. But yeah, we didn't basically met each other, so I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm glad that we have some time even because yeah, usually during conference you said it's a little bit more crazier than usual.
It is. It is. So Ondřej, so right now you're a developer advocate, focusing on a CKEditor like product. What does that mean? So what's your job? Like for people listening, like what's your job as a developer advocate at CKEditor?
So long story short, first I need to explain to the developers what the CKEditor is. So that's my bread and butter, and that's my first goal. So basically what I'm telling people when I'm on a conference, or if they ask me what it is the rich text or WYSIWYG editor component that you can plug into your application. If you are a developer and you used some of these, you are basically in the really good spot for me, so because I can then go deeper. If you haven't, like you are, I don't know, doing webs for, I don't know, for living, for the smaller companies, you are doing landing pages, you don't need the rich text editor that much, or you are using it and you don't even know about it. So you can think of it as well. If you're a business persona, you can think of it of a Google-like component, or sorry, Google Docs-like component, or a Word-like component that you can plug it into your application. So for example, if you are, I don't know, writing an email, the little text area where you can do bolds and these kind of things is the text editor itself. It's rich text editor, and it's probably one of the few that are on the market. And yeah, probably it's going to be CKEditor with like 50% chance because it's quite well used on the market. So that's my elevator pitch that I'm using at the beginnings.
That's good. So now let people know a little more about CKEditor, what it is. We can have a demo, like a technical demo later, so people will understand some of the features of CKEditor. But about that, so as a developer advocate, because that's kind of like the premise of the show, is to help people understand what is developer relation. So tell people a little bit. I know there is no day-to-day in developer relation, but like, what is your job as an individual contributor focusing on CKEditor?
Yeah, I always start with like this little four parts that the developer advocate can do. It's developer marketing, developer community, developer or documentation, and which is the fourth one? We probably don't do it right now. Developer community, developer advocacy. Yeah, that's the one. I skipped that one. So if I focus on the work that I do for the CK, it's developer marketing. So basically showcase the people how to use the CKEditor, how to integrate it, how to get up to speed quickly, where are the resources, basically show how to integrate it in your application and what it actually does and what's the benefit. Then you have the developer evangelization. So basically talking to the people and bringing them to our website or our repositories and these kind of things. Developer community, yeah. I'm touching base with the people. Some people are already using CKEditor and need to go deeper. But many are like, okay, so there are editors, how we can leverage the power, what does your platform do behind the scenes and these kind of things. So you are trying to connect people, and I'd like to call it like we are helping developer to help each other. So we're trying to interconnect them together and trying to put them to the right place. And the last one is documentation. Honestly, this is not what I'm covering in CK, because we have the whole team from R&D that is taking care of the documentation. They are doing awesome job. They are basically saving my time for the other 3 quadrants.
Yeah, that's the thing, because at Tiugo, how it's working, all the brands like the engineering own documentation, which I didn't see that often at many companies, but I like that approach because they're the one building the project, so they know about it. It's also, I feel like it also brings a faster documentation, because usually when I own documentation, the engineers were working product, and I had to wait for them to have some kind of like alpha version that I can try, but even there was not completed. And I had to learn how about it was working just to be able to write the doc. So now having the engineering team, the product team owning the documentation is quite different. Even if I was a little bit sad, because I really like, this is something that I hated to do when I started as a developer advocate, writing documentation, but it really grown on me. And the last 2-3 companies, that was one of my focus, and I really loved writing documentation. And because for me, it's kind of like the foundation. It's the most important pillar of your product. You can have the best product out there. If your documentation sucks, that won't
That's
work.
true,
That like people won't be able to be successful. So
yeah.
but as you said, it brings benefit, meaning that like you don't have to do it, which free you some time to do other stuff, where you can also have other impact on your day-to-day job.
True. And yeah, if you take a look to the CK documentation, it's awesome. First thing that I wanted to go to, I just wanted to go there, get the source code and get the latest versions, because yeah, the documentation, it's kind of have a little bit of a delay. It's not like weeks, but it's usually like days. So if I see some internal demo, I need to know how it's being configured. I want to see the documentation. So my first steps in the company were like, hey guys, can I have an access? Can I install the development version? Can I have the nightlies? And yeah, after that, I'm all set and I'm ready to be like one step ahead from the developers that want to learn it. So I already have the hands-on experience from the, let's say, unpublished version from the documentation. And it's really good.
Oh, that's good. And now we talk about the role that you have for the last 6 months, but prior to that, you were working at Ataccama, if I said it right. You were a developer advocate lead. So like sometimes the title lead can mean different things. It can mean that you lead Devrel because you're the only person, or it can mean you lead the team because you're a manager, you have people. So like, can you tell us a little more about what was that specific role at Ataccama?
Yeah. If we are going to the history, just brace yourself. We will go through all of the, let's say, specific names. So this one is Ataccama with 2C, right? And you will see that we will go on with these, let's say, modifications. But at Ataccama, it was a little bit of a detour of my, let's say, primary expertise, because it was a big data. Ataccama is doing the master data management and data quality. And my role was there was to basically focus on the data quality and introduce the developer relations into that, because they didn't have any developer relations before. So I kind of established the structure there, what we should do. Again, we defined what part of the quadrant we will do. I put together the team. At the end, when I was finishing, was already 4 people. I got super great students that were just finishing the college, so they were working part-time, and 2 full-time developer advocates. Yeah, it was a little bit harder because Ataccama is a little bit bigger company, and yeah, there were processes that you need to set in stone. It was a new role for the whole company, so set up the ladder and basically doing the management stuff at first. And I was slowly trying to introduce their open source packages around their platform, put together the setup for their packages, and basically my let's say finishing project was integration with Snowflake. So if you don't know Ataccama, because they are pretty big. They're one of the 3 in the Gartner in this top Magic Quadrant in master data management and data quality. But yeah, nobody like there is not many people that are using it on daily basis. Let's say from the front end and JavaScript developers. But yeah, if you know Snowflake, we did integration with that. So now you can install it and have these little data quality checks that are running the the Ataccama engine, and you can have them like by one click. And this is what we did as the, let's say, final project before I left.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't use Snowflake since years, but like my memory is that like it's a complicated beast. So like if there is a product that can just like make something specific really easily, that's pretty cool. And if you want to share, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I'll be curious because I was not part of your interview process, so you may have had that question. But like you were leading a team, and now you decided to go in an individual contributor role. So why the change? If you want to share, maybe too personal.
No, I will definitely share, and I'm like open book in that because yeah, from what you might see, or maybe you have already seen, I like to dig in the code and like do the little experiments and then write about it, or maybe do a little video. But my passion is like still the tinkering, right? So basically, play around, try to like put a little different value or hack it a little bit, and maybe bend it. And see how the software works. Which, yeah, if you're doing manager, you probably touch the base with that. You don't have that much of a time for this tinkering, even though you can justify it or you can put the blocker in your calendar or something like that. It's still you are pushing it back and you are not doing it. So my main driving point was, hey, I would like to get back to the code, even though I'm not coding that much anymore because yeah, I'm just using AI to tell it what to do, but still it's a tinkering and I really like it.
Yeah, no, and it depends also on the manager's role. I mean, like I'm a manager right now, but I have a team of 1, so I don't do a lot of management. I do a little bit of like leadership, trying to think where Devrel is going at Tiugo, the main company on it, our brands, and like how we're gonna achieve our goal, what are goals, how we're gonna measure that. Thinking about bigger projects to have bigger impact, like at some point having like something like a developer community or like some kind of like MVP expert program. But like, yeah, more people you have under someone at some point, it doesn't mean that you cannot do day-to-day stuff, but like it's getting a little bit harder because you became like a big part of your job is management and not just like trying to do like I do right now. I do a lot of like individual contributor stuff within my own product, but still managing Devrel and leading Devrel at the company level. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from. When I was looking for a job, I was open to both because I like both. I like building developer relation. I like to take developer relation to the next step, but I also love to do the day-to-day things that a developer out could do. So far I have the both best world from my point of view. We'll see in the future, but for now I like it. You mentioned about the fact that like you code less and you use more AI, so you do a lot of vibe coding when you code. Would you like to share a little more about like your experience and how you see AI and vibe coding as developer advocate?
Yeah, for me, it's awesome tool because I don't really need to be that precise. I don't need to set the guardrail that much because for me, I need to test the stuff pretty quickly. I need to know how it works and basically get the idea of the concept. I know that my coding and my outputs are not something that you would put into the production like just yet, but I can explain the concepts, and it saves me so much time with setting up things. For me personally, and I think you will see it, I'm not a designer. But if I need to show something, I need to have a little bit of a wireframe or just like draft a little bit of the idea. So writing code is fine. Like I can probably save some time with AI, but not much. But drafting the UI and the CSS and like even like imagine it is hard, and then writing into the style somehow. And you have multiple frameworks that you want to showcase. For me, it saves so much time. And if I get a concept, I can tune it. I understand what it outputs, but yeah, it's just life saving. Like from the time perspective, because if I want to run 10 projects, I can do that. I can just like generate them, see like how it works for, I don't know, CRM UI, because I can generate it pretty quickly. I can see how it look like for content management system. I can generate some dummy content management system fairly quickly. It's useless, but it kind of shows what this content management system should do, right? So that's how I use it.
That makes sense. About your career, though, like rarely people start as developer advocate. They always have like most of the time they always have like another role where they got like more technical experience before realizing that like, yeah, maybe I can use my technical chop to like being a developer advocate to help other developers being successful. And for you said you started as a .NET developer, but I know that after that also you were a QA engineer.
Yeah, it was right before that, because I started and it was like after bachelor's, when I was studying my master's. I started to work at the company that was doing digital experience platform or enterprise marketing suite. It's basically content management system, online marketing, e-commerce, everything in one place. So you basically just install it, and you are good to go for your digital presence. And I started as the clicker monkey. In my CV, it's a junior QA, of course, but I was basically clicking through the scenarios that I get and checking the outputs. It was like for 3 months, and I really like it because you can learn how to use the platform itself. Then I use it for building my website and a couple of internal portals. So it was really nice. But during I don't know, these 3-4 months, it starts to get repetitive, and yeah, you are trying to automate things. So I was touching the base with the unit testing. It was really early stage. I think it was like, and I don't want to, it's like 2013, 2012 maybe. So it was the time where the unit testing like slowly starting to be well established. CI/CD was basically a swear word at the time. Everybody was running tests on their own machines, or they were having some server that you just needed to deploy it and then run something manually. So we basically rewritten the whole monkey clicking scenarios into this automation setup. And that's where I started with .NET. And I mean the actual coding, because I also needed to write the code or change the code to have the tests passing. And yeah, I slowly got to the point, and it's still QA in my CV. It was still QA on the paper. I was basically doing the couple of pieces of the development for the content management module. Then I touch base with the online marketing module, then e-commerce modules, and you learn a thing or two from these concepts. And then I use it when we were basically spinning up our internal startup within the company, where I just which is like looking around, because there were like 5 founding persons that were like putting together the idea and the lean startup and the business idea and so on and so forth. And at certain point, they needed to have the developer community, and that's when me and my colleague went into the developer relations, because yeah, we kind of needed the SDKs because it was headless. Everything that is headless needs some kind of dev tooling around. So we started to tinkering around that, and that's basically where the idea of the developer relations team was established.
Okay, and I need to say, like, it wasn't for you, but like I have gigantic respect for QA folks. I mean, like it's not always appreciated job, but like it's so important because as a developer, you should do some testing before submitting your PR. Like you should ensure that like it's working as good as it could. And but like you build it, so sometimes it's not always easy to test your own things, even like test the code, but like also like manually testing your stuff, and like they're still gonna have bugs. So having like a good QA person that come after you, that try to basically destroy your thing. This is how I see QA, but like in a positive way. It's like just try to use it properly, but also use it as like any other users that don't know how it's working could use it. That saves a lot of bugs, hopefully for the end users, and I think it's a pretty important job. I love to. I'm not an expert. I love to do some testing myself. When I was a freelancer, or when I was a developer and I was leading team, my engineers or my developer, they hated me because I was testing everything and I was really meticulous. So I was finding issues and they were like, Fred, stop finding issues. I'm like, no, if there's a bug, like we need to know it's there. Maybe we don't need to fix it right now, but we need to know it's there. And they were like, but user will never use it that way. I'm like, don't say that. User are really creative in the way that they use the software that you build in the improper way that it should be used. So yeah, having great tests is great.
Yeah, and there is also one thing that when you already have established platform, which we already had, people are relying on certain behavior, but certain people don't. So if the second group decided to raise the bug, like, hey, this is not behaving correctly, and you change it, you basically affect the first group. And we were balancing these two poles on a very high level, because there were like little things like redirects of the URLs, but at the end of the day, it can affect your SEO and like how much you are making, how much money you are making, right? So yeah, it was the small things, but at the end of the day, it basically can benefit like even the QA. And I do have a respect for the QAs. And yeah, when I'm saying that I was a clicker monkey, I wasn't the QA. Yeah, I was just doing the internship more or less. But in the CV, junior QA engineer for 3 months looks much better, right?
Yeah, then clicker monkey. That sounds a little bit better as a title. So amazing. Ondřej, we both are developer advocates. We could talk probably forever. What I'm trying to do with that show is that when we're around like 30 minutes and it feels that we talk a little more about like, our vision of Devrel or the experience of the guest. From my point of view, it's usually time to move to the demo. Usually I ask people like, can tell me a little more about your company and your product and before going to the demo, but you already introduced people to CKEditor. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add, but if not, let's move to the demo. So, people can understand a little more visually what is the product, also understand, develop how they can use it. And I think the demo today is going to be also specific because there's a lot of things you can show about your product, but it's going to be specific about the new AI feature that was launched not long ago. Am I right? Yeah.
It was basically launched on 5th of November, so a couple of days.
Awesome.
I think it was
awesome.
last
Let
week.
me share your screen.
There you go. So what I would like to show you is basically 3 demos. It's my playground. As I said, I like tinkering, so this is my tinkering. So not everything will work. This is not a production. This is the demo that I'm showcasing to the people. First one is it's the copy of the well-known system for making notes. I think you might even find out how it works. I basically recorded 3 videos out of it. It's basically I vibe coded the Google Keep clone in React. Then I put the CKEditor into the editing of the node, and for the last one, I put the collaboration features. So this is what it does right now. And for today, I added the AI features in there. So what it is basically a note-taking application. So if I need to make a note, I need to open up the setup. You can see it's super slow because I have something in my pocket. Basically, my local server is running this thing, and I will hopefully be sharing it with Fred. But if I need to make the note, I just go there and I say like, hey, I don't know, buy milk. And yeah, you can see it's already working like a little editor.
And
But
for
what
people that do not know CKEditor, like what we see right now, that looks a little bit like Google Docs or Word, like this is CKEditor.
Yes, exactly. So, for example, if I need to actually do the bullet points, or if you want to have the actual checklist there, so for here, I would probably just try to buy milk, and I will do a lot of typos. This is one of the specialties of mine, so just get ready for that. So you can have this little checklist, and yeah, if I go back, I have my note being saved there. If we would like to see the little bit more rich text formatting demo, I can open up this one. It will load up the whole CKEditor, hopefully in a minute. Here you go. And it will load up the whole full text or rich text itself. So these are just. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I cut you. I was just going to say, as you said, like now it took time to load the CKEditor because it's an application you build running locally, and like there's a lot of things to keep in mind. But like usually as a developer, if I use CKEditor and I add it to my application, I assume it will load a lot faster than that.
Yeah. Like this is a little bit lighter application because this one doesn't have so much optimal, doesn't have that much application. It loads a little bit quicker. If I have this, it's basically instant. So if I'm switching the content, and this one it doesn't work, so we will see whether this one doesn't work. So this one I won't show you. This is for the UI. Yeah, this one I didn't hook up, but usually it's super quick. So if you go, for example, to CKEditor, if you go to any demo, for example, this feature-rich one, it will load in the seconds. You can see that there is plenty of features, and it doesn't really fit. Yeah, as I said, I build all the thing. I download the whole bundle. I don't really care what is loaded. I just want to show what it does. So that's one of the darker things for having the quick demos and the quick showcases. But what I would like to do today or showcase you, it's next to this, which is just the note-taking application, there is also an implementation of the collaboration features. You can see here, it's Ole Runge, which is my pseudonym. By default, if you don't configure it, CKEditor will give you the random name. And as this persona, I'm doing the changes. You can see it's running a local host, and that's because that's the slowness, because I also have the same application here on the different domain, which is using ngrok, and this one is basically the same application under the hood, but I make this application multi-tenant. So what I can do, it's open up this rich text formatting demo and let the CKEditor load, and at the same time I will send this URL with this secret GUID, which I'm using to identify my shared document. To open it up, you can see that there are already 2 people. And because we already tested it out, or I tested it out before, so now we have the 3rd person, so I can see what I'm writing. And if you can, Fred, write something. Yeah, this is Fred. And I will do Eric, and you can see that we are both editing at the same time, basically the same section of the document. And this is what the CKEditor give you out of the box next to the editor. So that's what I wanted to show you. You don't just get the super cool Google Docs that you can embed it into our application, but you just put a couple of URLs into the platform, and you have everything in place. You have the setup. I can open up the revision history. We can see who does what changes. I can go back to the editing. If I turned it on, I didn't. We can have the tracking changes. We can even have the diffs in between versions. I can see who is there. Yeah, it's not Fred because, as I said, it will give you the random names. So now Fred is Farley, right? So this is what this editor is about. It has around like 300 features or something, and hopefully there won't be anything vulgar in there, Fred. And this is what you will get. And as the bonus, we can have a new virtual friend.
And just before you move there, like of the collaboration that like we work on the same document, it is not new. It is not your Node application. You did not build that. Like it's part of CKEditor. It's a feature that is part of CK.
Thank you for, yes, I just built a front end. I have no backend with there. The only thing that I did was create React app. No, it was the vid because create React app is dead. So I just created a starter React. I put together the configuration for CKEditor. I put the output basically from the builder, and that's it. I didn't build any server. It's not running any server. The only thing that is being currently running next to it is this tunnel from Fred to my computer because I didn't deploy it into the server. So that's what it is. And with the same manner, I didn't implement any AI service. I just configured another 3 plugins, and if I click on it, I already have this AI
Can
chat.
you zoom a little bit?
Yes, sure. Yes. So let me zoom a little bit.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
perfect. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah.
And let's ask it anything. Do you have anything in mind, Fred, that we can ask?
Oh God, good question. I mean, can AI write a small paragraph that talks about cats?
Okay, add a paragraph that talks about cats. Add it to the beginning of the document. I just specify the place so that we don't need to search for it since there is a zoom, but it will think for a little while. But after that, it knows the context of the whole document that we are writing in. So if I just specify the beginning, you can already see it. I can take a look to the previews, so it will look like that. So welcome, cats are fascinating creatures. They have been companions to humans for thousands of years, and so on and so forth. So I can show the details, have it highlighted, and I can apply it. I don't have the suggesting feature turned on for here, but if I did have, I can also have the suggestion that this little nice div like you're suggesting in the different documents. So I just put it in there, and it's there. And it's not visible here, but if make me a list what to shop for, I don't know, pasta bolognese, and add it to the beginning. The important thing here is that AI is thinking and speaking rich text. So if you are used to the AI chat and conversational AI, you are getting the outputs, then you are copying and pasting it, and then you are spending an hours to fix the links, fix the lists, and these kind of things. If you are using the this AI, you can see if I apply the changes, I already get the heading, I already get the list in place. So this is what is also interesting on this AI, because it already knows what I want to do.
Yeah, and it's so yeah, that was one of my questions because every applications out there are integrating with AI, where like sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it's like I can just go like on Claude or like ChatGPT and like copy paste my content, but this AI feature is integrated within CK, so it can manipulate the different formatting. It can like really include stuff within your document. I assume like now you said like had this at the beginning, but you could have said like had this between this paragraph and this paragraph, and that would have been able to put it there. Now we decided to put a list, but like it's able to manipulate the content of document based on your request with AI. So
yes, that's correct. And for that, I have the second demo because my notes are really nice because they already have the collaboration, and I can point people to how I build it. That's why I like make it for a quick demo for the AI. But for here, I have the, let's say, content management system, CRM system, and report system and product system at one place. Again, I generated it via AI, so nothing super complicated. But I can, for example, open up this customer global logistics. You can see what it does, how much is the contract value, and if I close the setup, this is the CKEditor already in place with the information about this customer, and I can do basically the same with what I did. But I think I have prepared the setup for the queue for performance, because there are a lot of other features that what you can do, because there are quick actions. So I will just be very, very brief, but these are the basically customized prompts. So you don't need to write my change tone, be more professional all the time into the chat, select the proper selection, put it into the first paragraph, and basically chat with the whole AI chat for quite some time when I need to do basically the same thing all over and over, because I just want to have this paragraph professional or this paragraph professional. So I can just do it this way, or you can just ask it here. So let's put it like that, and let's ask it to change the tone, or I'm not sure which one we would like to use. Which one we would like to use? Do you have any?
Oh, yeah, go with other, like explain it to me like I'm 5. Yeah.
Yes.
I love those
This
things.
one is my custom. I basically.
Okay, I thought it
as
was
the
part of like
customer.
default of the product. I was like, that's brilliant. I love that. I didn't know.
Yeah, I was trying to put it in there. It's in the tests, in the internal tests. So we are testing this one, so we can see what it does. And in the fourth quarter, it's last 3 months. So I think now we can already see it's doing the job that it should.
We're really good.
Yeah, and sometimes I actually use it. I just copy and paste the text here and just ask it to summarize me, because it also understands the tables and these kind of things, which some other AIs you need to copy and paste it into CSV or like transfer the data somehow. For this one, you can just ask, and this is what I wanted to show you. You can just take this as the base, and I can just create a new chat so that we are having the clean slate. We can choose the model that we are using, but the important thing is I created the internal guidelines. It's custom email guidelines which I generated via ChatGPT and put them as the URL to my guest. It already knows about it, but the idea behind it, it's you are having your internal documents, they are secured, and you are having them integrated into the CKEditor. And once it's loaded, I can ask it like, hey, write me an email to my CFO and highlight the last year result, only the good ones, and send him best wishes that 2025 might be even better. So if you have your boss already, you can send it. I'm not sure why it's not loading. Yeah, this is always happening when you have the live demo, right?
Demo God.
So yes, I just change it. So let me just copy the prompt and refresh it, because I didn't paste the correct URL before the setup. So we'll see how it goes right now. So let's open it up once again and see email guidelines. I will copy and paste my stuff. There you go. Perfect. Now, because I did have the small typo at the beginning of the URL, so now it has it. And it's preparing the AI response for that. It will tell me what I need to do. And it automatically decides whether it should do the suggestions into the actual content, or it should just reply me and have a conversation with me and show me or tell me what I can reply to my CFO, right? So this is, and you can already see it's streaming the data, so you don't get a reply right ahead. It's proposing the changes. So now the AI decided to email to the email to the CFO should be put in there. You don't need to do it. You can just copy and paste it and use it as you want to. But if you take a look, it says, "Hey, I'm reaching out to share some outstanding achievements from 2024 performance, and I believe will be particular interest of you, blah, blah, blah. This is what we did last year. The result reflects the dedication of your entire team, blah, blah, blah." And you make your CFO a little bit more happy. I tried it like 3 or 4 times. It always does similar thing, but it always gets the feeling what you want to do. You can then change the tone and so on and so forth. And then you can just either copy and paste it, because this is also copy and pasteable. It's a rich text. So if I copy and paste it somewhere to the email editor, it will understand it and it will keep the formatting. Or you can just apply and put it into the document itself.
So you could use that as sort of was commenting earlier. I just realized I didn't know if you were ignoring me or I was on mute actually, because one of my cat tails is sleeping next to me and he's snoring so loud. I don't think my mic pick it up, but I mute myself. And anyway, I was saying that like it's great because you can also use it for tasks that may not be related to CK, like you're already in there and it's just started like, hey, I was working on that report, but I need to send information to my CFO. I can just use it right now and copy paste this your email client. Or if you use, I assume CKEditor would be also good for use case if like within your application as a developer, you're building an email system. People need to send email, so you can just like your CKEditor could be your compose window for sending your email, and you'll be good to go with that.
Yes,
That's pretty cool.
exactly.
I have a question for you. So you show a couple of models. It seemed like they were focused on ChatGPT. We've seen it really quickly, but like, do we have a choice of? Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
The choice is yours. The auto, I'm using it most of the time because it like basically decides itself. Some of them has the reasoning, some of them don't. Of course, ChatGPT 4.1 does not have the reasoning, but it costs a little less. So you can customize what users can use. So if you really want to start slow and you don't want to go and open the Sonnet because it's a little bit more expensive per token, you can just open them what they can do, or you can just like pick just one just for them and basically isolate the user out of these choices. Because I can imagine some older company that has some old system, they introduced the AI or CKEditor AI, and with all of the quick changes, AI chat, and there is also AI review, which we didn't really start with. Then there are like reasoning and some web search and resources and so on and so forth, and they can feel overwhelmed. So you can start really slow. You can start with like just quick action, just one. You can just have just one, like, hey, make it shorter, make it longer.
So you can customize that.
Slowly iterate and get them up to speed.
And about that, because I'm really curious about how it's working, and to be honest, like even if like as I said at the beginning, Ondřej is on my team. I do not focus on CK, so I'm aware of I'm not aware of everything about the product because time and life. But like, it doesn't mean that CK is like a AI provider right now, or you need to connect that to your actual account. So now you have ChatGPT, so you're using OpenAI, you had Entropic, you had, I think, Gemini too. So I assume you need to at some point put some like API key as a developer, and it's connected to your own account, or like how it's working that have access to all those with a CKEditor?
There is an abstraction layer because above all of these. Technically, practically, you are not providing any API keys to any of the systems. you are subscribing to the
Okay.
CKEditor AI. If you subscribe or if you buy an add-on called CKEditor AI, you get the access to everything, and then you customize it, you allow the models, and yeah, it's basically unified pricing per unit. So we have abstraction layer for paying for the tokens, which is abstracted from the actual model tokens.
Awesome. Sounds good. Is there anything else you wanted to show, or we are reaching the end?
I have one thing that I wanted to show, and this is the play with the UI. As I said, I'm no designer, so it will be pretty basic. But yeah, like you don't really need to think about it as the something on the side. It can be like this Clippy asking you things. If you want to, you can like
Clippy.
have this little playgrounds. You can pin it down, and it still works. Like what is it about? All right, so it really depends how you work. Yeah, of course, I didn't connect it to the service because probably my this subscription is already out because you need to provide the API key. But the idea is you are not forced to have the UI that the CKEditor offers out of the box. You are able to customize it into your application and basically allow people to use the AI really iteratively and slowly get up to speed.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, great feature. So, if people want to try that, if a developer's listening or developer advocate, to go on CKEditor.com, and I assume everything's there with the docs and tutorial and like code demo on how to use that and how to get started.
Yeah, like the first thing that I'm always sending people to, if you already know the CKEditor or rich text, just go and explore it for free. So you just sign it with GitHub and you can play with that. Or if you just want to have a look and feel, there are many demos, let's say like 15, and these are the different configuration of the same component. So if you have the CKEditor subscription, you basically have all of these and much more. These are just the different setups. So if you take a look to the CKEditor AI, it will load and you can play with the CKEditor itself, as you saw me playing with that with this document about mind-blowing AI facts, or you can paste your own document, right?
Sounds good. Awesome. So, yeah, thanks for the demo. That was enlightening. Hopefully, it was useful for people listening to us. Any last word about developer relation, about yourself, about CKEditor, because we are reaching the end of the show.
Yeah, I'm thinking what would be the most important thing. If you don't know what the developer relations are, just take a look at it. It's a great part of the software engineering, and I can't really recommend anything else for the people who are already technical but wants to get closer to the technical audience and be in touch with these technologies. And basically, and what I like, this is what I like the most, basically learn without any like boring stuff, because you can just ask people, you can just get to these Devrel shows and basically get the knowledge out of basically get the knowledge for free, right? And without any work or that much of the work that you should be doing if you're doing it yourself.
Awesome. So, thanks for your time, Ondřej. Thanks for being a guest on the show. I appreciate that. Thanks for people who watch us live. You were a little bit silent today. No questions, no comment. Feel free to always say hi, even if you don't have anything else to say. I love that. But thanks for joining us. Thanks for people who will watch the recording. You're as important as the people who join us live. So on that note, see you for the next episode. As I said at the beginning, not in 2 weeks because I'm going to be at an event. So the next episode is going to be December 11th. So in a little less than a month, that's going to be the next episode of the Devrel Show and the last episode, not of the Devrel Show, but the last episode of this year, because I have so many more amazing guests for the next year and the year after that are going to come on the show. So I wish everybody a good rest of the day or good rest of the week. It's nearly the weekend. keep up. You still have like a day and a half left, and it's going to be a weekend, folks. Have fun, stay safe, and see you in about a month for the next Devrel show. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for having me. Bye, Fred. Bye, everyone.